attribution windows. How they work, why they work, how Facebook understands what you're selling. These are things that I think that a lot of people don't understand. That's why they're failing at Facebook. It's not because they don't know what they're doing, or it's because they just haven't learned it, right? It's not that they're bad at Facebook or that Facebook doesn't work for them. It's just that they don't understand the information, the data. Why remember, we're playing with a computer system, okay? It doesn't understand what you're selling. It doesn't know what you're selling. It needs to learn what you're selling. That's why there's the attribution window, 7 day, 1 day. Facebook needs 50 sales. 50 sales minimum to kind of understand what you're selling. Okay? That's why Facebook has a CPM based system. Right? A CPM, which is 1,000 views. Right? This is your CPM. On 1,000, it's always averaged on 1,000 views. A lot of people don't even understand why this even exists, or what the purpose of a CPM is. Right? They don't understand what the purpose of the CPM is. But it all has to do with the 50 sales. And you're wondering, what? Yes.
So every campaign or every product?
Every single campaign you launch, and no matter what you're selling, a computer system doesn't know what you're selling. It has to go find the buyers. It has to understand the market. That's why the CPM comes into factor. It's going to show your campaign, it's going to show your ad to 1,000 people. And out of those 1,000 people, it's going to try to understand who engaged with it, who purchased, who clicked, who added to cart.
Right.
That's why it's on 1,000 views. Now, out of those 1,000 views, you'll see how much it's costing you to show it to 1,000 people, because that's how much it costs the computer to learn what you're selling, what you're even doing. But you need 50 sales. This is what you really need for the computer to finally understand what it is you're selling, who your market really is.
So what about the CPM? Like, what is there like a magic number that you go after for CPMs? Like no more than 15 bucks,
so
20 bucks.
This is always going to depend on your product that you're selling.
Or your target audience.
Right, but your margins as well will fall into your CPM. If you're spending $40 to show it to 1,000 people, and your profit is slim, unless they're buying, unless it's a very, very hot product, then I don't really care about the CPM. But what's needed, why I'm explaining the CPM to you, is because it all encompasses all this right here. You need 50 sales. The computer's charging you for every 1,000 views just so it can understand your market. So your attribution window, on a 1 day window, or a 7 day. If you're going to need, if it needs 50 sales minimum, 300 is recommended, 100 is recommended, 150 is recommended actually, something like that. With 50 sales is enough, but 100, the more the better. If I'm telling you, if your budget is $25, $100, can you get 50 sales on a 1 day window on this type of budget?
$25, $100.
You're going to spend $25 or you're going to spend $100? Can you get 50 sales?
No.
On this
No.
method?
No.
But that's what you're telling your window you want to learn on. You want Facebook to learn on a 1 day window. How are you going to get 50 sales on a 1 day window? So you're telling the algorithm, show it to as many thousands of people as you can on a 1 day window and understand what I need off of 3, 4 sales. The computer won't understand. It doesn't. It just doesn't. There's no way in hell that the computer, you're forcing the computer to raise your CPMs, you're forcing it to learn quicker. That's why it's a whole lot, that's why when we launch campaigns, you have to understand your attribution window, your budget, your CPM, it all factors everything. That's why sometimes I launch, depending on what I'm launching, I launch it on a 7-day window. Because I give Facebook 7 days to collect as much data as possible with the certain budgets that I give it.
But yeah, so you rather go with 7 day?
So
the system to learn better?
Right, I'm giving Facebook 7 days to understand what I'm selling. It may understand it quicker. If you have a hot product, once you pass the learning phase, Facebook it's already telling you, listen, I pinned it down, that's it, I know where the buyers are, I know where your buyers are. I know what I'm selling, I understand the market, I understand your viewers, I understand the people who are clicking, I understand, it finds a resemblance with each person that clicks, and then it's able, based off of your CPMs, based off of every time it shows it to 1,000 people, you see your reach, you see how much you've shown it. Off of all this information that Facebook has, it'll able to pinpoint where your market is, where your sales are going, or where they are. That's why some people will tell you, don't kill a campaign right away, kill it after 3 days. How are you killing a campaign after 3 days when you're on a 1-day window? Kill it after 1 day. Kill it after 3 days on a 7-day window. You give the computer more chance. Remember, it's a computer. It needs to understand. It doesn't know what you're selling.
So what about after you do, let's say you do a 7 day, let's say you kill it, or even you keep it, but you're getting sales, you get maybe 10 sales in 3 days, will you create a different account now for 1 day? Or you wait, what about you hit the 50 sales? You hit the 50 sales. Now will you, after 50 sales, do it 1 day?
No, I begin to raise the budget.
On a 7 day still?
That's it. That it goes.
When will you ever choose a 1 day?
When I have a max budget. So let's say I have a winning campaign, winning everything. That's it. I push it over to a brand new CPO on a 1-day window, $1,000 budget. For scaling purposes as well. 1-day window, $1,000, $2,000 budget. It's gonna get those 50 sales because the pixel already knows where I'm going, where I'm headed. Or on a lookalike, you can do a 1-day window on a lookalike. Because it's already a target that Facebook already knows. So why even build lookalikes then? Why do you build lookalikes? How do you build lookalikes? Off of the people who buy, who purchases. 300 sales. Now you get this entire audience. Facebook already knows because of the, it understands the jovial sales, and we're just piling up all the sales in here, and then just building something that looks similar to this. So it'll come with the computer, the algorithm, find. Study 300 of these sales, know what everybody has in common here, why they purchase, because it has the data, and then it'll simply go out and look for people who are similar to this type of audience.
How much do you think it would take for somebody to invest, though?
About 10 grand.
About 10 grand to get 300
grand, depending on how good your product is. Probably more. Okay, now you run these on a 1-day window, with a high budget, $500 budget, $1,000 budget, because that's it. It knows, it's right? Now you're giving this 1 day to understand this audience even better. Now, boom, it's got all the sales. It's ramping up. It knows.
So for your students, for example, they have the program, they have the loophole on how they could create a purchase, custom audience to create lookalikes for 300 purchases or more. These students of yours, they could go straight to creating that and then go for a 1-day window?
Yes.
And then so they'll avoid the 7-day trial, they'll avoid spending $10,000 to get 300 purchases.
Yes, well, the loophole gives them the ability to create a lookalike audience based off of purchases. So yeah, they essentially will avoid all this. Yeah. Well, but this is, I'm sorry, that's why this is a very powerful loophole. Because this will avoid all this trial and error. That's why this loophole is powerful.
It's worth $10,000 more.
It's worth it because it's saving you. Just the amount of money that it can save you is what really matters here. Yeah.
If not, they have to let the system go through gathering 50 sales, seeing what their CPMs
if you
is.
want to go through this process, that's okay. I recommend that you do go through it. That way you learn, right? You look at your data and everything. But if you've already gone through this process over and over and over again, and you kind of know what's going on, and you just want to have a quicker rate, then yes, my loophole would definitely kind of avoid all this. Yeah.
What about for somebody who does, like, let's say in personalization, they have something that they personalize and they already have 100 sales or more. Every time they run a new campaign, they should just go with either lookalikes or one day with a new interest.
So yeah, if you're running a lookalike, you could do one day because the data has already been gathered because it's a lookalike. So you don't need to do a 7-day. You can do 1 day directly because the data, Facebook already knows your buyers. It's built a lookalike off of the buyers. That's it. The data has been gathered. You don't need to do a 7-day. 1 day window is fine. With any budget you want because that's it. You already have the buyers. Facebook knows your buyers. It's going to build a lookalike based off of these buyers. So you do not need a 7-day. But when you start off a campaign, 7-day. I always do 7 days.
So I have a new product I'm testing. It's a new product. Let's say a new niche. I'll go with 7 day.
7 days.
Okay. Wait for how many sales? Does it have to be 50 sales before I even consider?
In 7 days, you'll be able to tell between 1 or 2 or 3 days if you're making sales. If you're not making sales, kill it.
What about if you're making sales but it's not profitable sales?
Let it run.
Let it run.
If you're there, kind of break even, a little bit negative, let it run. Let it run for an entire 7 days. If it's selling, if it's not selling, kill it. It's not a winning product.
After 3 days?
Kill it.
So the 5th day, we're breaking even. Let it run.
Let it
2
go.
more.
Absolutely.
And then what? After you determine that,
Then you
all right.
assess your data, you look at your information, look if you're profitable. If you're profitable, then you move into a scaling phases. Kind of pushing, throttling a little bit to see how the campaign performs.
Cool.
That's for another video though. I'm going to post it on YouTube, a free Facebook group. You'll probably see this on Instagram as well. Join the Loophole Millionaire's free Facebook group for more information. I'll be helping you guys there. If you guys have any questions, you can always ask them there. And yeah, man, just trying to deliver some value for you guys. Trying to get you guys, to learn the systems, and be successful with e-commerce. Because when you're successful, it feels good. So learn this. So look, guys, this loophole to build, 300 purchases. I've had a lot of requests for it. People just asking me that, they don't have funds to buy my program. Can they please have access to the loophole? That it would really help them. I've been touched by a couple messages of people telling me that, they've been, they purchased other programs. It just wasn't working for them. That they don't want to buy the program. They just want access to loophole to test loophole out. So I'm thinking I'm going to be releasing just the option to buy the loophole. I'm not completely certain yet, but I might work on just releasing the loophole to you guys just to help you guys out. And obviously for a price, I can't let this go for free. It's not going to be very expensive. I really want to get this in the hands of a lot of people out there. So it obviously doesn't go saturated like that, but I'll think about it, and if it makes sense, then I'll release it. All right. So if you want more information on that, send me a message, DM me, and we'll chat. Later.